Well, normally this would be a brand new episode of the Main Event Talk, but it's not. Normally this would be probably a new episode of the Main Event Thoughts, which is not. I decided a couple of days ago that I wanted to try something a little bit different. Something that would conjure up and bring up anything that comes to mind. You see, several years ago, I did the first Main Event Talk. November of 2011 to be exact. Then, over 1 year ago, I created something called the Main Event Thoughts, which is basically a series of series talks where I basically give you my insight, my thoughts on a particular subject, whether it's wrestling, whether it's metal, or anything else. So I came up with this other idea. I came up with this tremendous idea that I thought, you know what? I want to send this out, and I want to make it interesting. Now, whether I do it in the dark, or whether I do it outside, or anything else in that particular nature, I've done the Main Event Talks. I've done the Main Event Thoughts. So why don't we go ahead and try something different? And I said this on Facebook just a few minutes ago. And it went like this. From the producer of the Main Event Talk and the Main Event Thoughts comes a brand new segment to YouTube. And it's simply known as the Main Event Rants. Yeah. Now, how is this different from my thoughts to the talk? When it's the talk, that's what it is. When it's the thoughts, that's what it is. When it's a rant, I'm going to give you a rant. And that's exactly what it is. Basically, in main event terminology, that means I'm going to talk shit on YouTube. That's right. I am not going to hide anything from everybody. And I decided, you know what? Let's do it every Sunday. Yeah, let's do it every Sunday to make it interesting and to the point, because there are certain people in their lives that feel that they have nothing else to do and they want to go ahead and listen to something that'll piss them off and understand where they're coming from. So I'm going to start off with a few segments. I'm going to start off with a stupid man. A stupid guy that goes ahead and decides, okay, he's going to tell a few members of a certain band that someone is putting their music out on YouTube, and then as soon as they find out about it, they get upset. And they think that this guy who puts their music out on YouTube gets upset because they think this guy is making money off of their music, which in reality, he's not. And basically in this segment, it's all about me. Yes, I put out about 4 videos that came out on YouTube that I wanted everyone to hear. But all of a sudden, someone's got to get pissed off, and then someone has got to tell somebody like a little tattletaling bitch to tell other band members that I'm putting out their music to be supportive. But in their minds, they think, oh, well, he's putting out our music and we should get a cut of the money. But in the process, we're talking about YouTube. How in the world is the Main Event putting out music that I support, but yet you think that I'm making money off of this music? Really? Are you serious? I dig your band. I love what you do. You're great at what you do. But the thing is, you need to shut your mouth. You need to take a pool stick and shove it up your ass. Because while there's other people that have never heard this music before, you decide to look out for their best interests because of money issues. Here's the thing. YouTube is a platform for anybody, whether it's wrestling, whether it's music, or whether it's any form of entertainment. That's what it is. When I choose to put out certain videos, I don't do it for the sake of whatever you want it to be. I do it because I can and I want to. So if you want to go ahead and come up to me and tell everyone else, oh, you're not supposed to be putting out these videos because you don't got authorization. Well, here's the thing. I've put out music for other people that I didn't have to get authorizations for because they needed the support. They need to be on top. It's bands like Memories in a Broken Glass and Shattered Sun that are the hottest thing going in all of Texas, and they need the platform, and I'm the guy to pull it off. And they are going to appear. Shattered Sun and other guys are going to appear at Theo's Billiards on 8/23/14 to make huge names for themselves. And other bands like Mariachi Huetos that want to go out and perform and give you what they want. Are they going to come to me and bitch and say, you know what, man, you're not supposed to be putting out our music. We need a cut of the money. Hey, here's the thing. I'm not making money. I'm supporting the music. I am giving you the music. And that's how it goes. That's why bands like Memories in a Broken Glass, Shattered Sun, Mariachis Muertos, and everyone else involved understand that when I come in and when I support a group, I use YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter and Instagram to get the word out, to tell everybody to go to Theo's on 8/23/14 because it's going to be a big time show and everybody is looking forward to that. That is how it goes. So if you want to bitch, whine, moan, and complain and tell other members of the group and tell them that I shouldn't be putting out their videos, here's the thing. Your responsibility is to be a kiss ass. My responsibility is to put out music and give the world for them to listen to. That's what it is. So you go ahead and you kiss their ass and you suck their dick and you do whatever the fuck you can. Because while you are busy being a bitch and becoming their bitch, I am out there supporting them and doing what they want so that way the fans can listen to them, know what they want, and get more in the end. That's how it goes. You see, when it comes to other things, not just in music, there's also wrestling. And a couple of people, especially in a big company like the WWE, decides that they're going to go ahead and fire an employee because that guy slaps around an employee because it's best for business. A guy like Alberto Del Rio, who is one of the greatest wrestlers that have ever come out of Mexico, you choose to fire him. You choose to fire him, and then you go ahead and keep the social media nut job, the social media nutsack that went ahead and assaulted Alberto Del Rio with those silly little comments. Yes, they were controversial, and yes, they were put on Twitter for everyone to see. But here's the thing. If this was my company, I would fire the moron for insulting Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio is a great wrestler. Alberto Del Rio is the best thing going. And one day he will be the next world heavyweight champion, the next future WWE world heavyweight champion. But others don't see it that way. So they want to go ahead and fire Alberto Del Rio just because they can. And however stupid policies and whatever stupid maintaining infringements and all that other crap is, it doesn't mean anything. Okay? Firing Alberto Del Rio is bad for business. That's how it goes. And then the 28th anniversary of one of the greatest movies of all time, in the 80s, Transformers the movie. And people still dig that movie to this day. It is still the shit. Everyone digs it. Prime is the greatest of all time. Megatron is the greatest Decepticon leader ever. Unicron is one monstrous fucking bitch who will crush any planet that he can. And while people choose to say, oh, it's just a cartoon, it doesn't mean anything, it's not really a movie. Here's the thing. It came out in the theaters. It came out on VHS. It comes out on DVD. Do the math. Understand it. And then you got a great wrestling manager that chooses to come into a company, whether it's AWA, NWA, WCW, ECW, and even the WWE. He chooses to put a platform for himself and make himself the most dangerous manager in the history of professional wrestling. He forms the Dangerous Alliance in WCW. He makes one of the greatest talents of all time from the likes of Ravishing Rick Rude, Stunning Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, and others. Then he puts out ECW, the most extreme and elevating form of wrestling that has ever been seen on television. All of that is included in the new DVD that's out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. He's not just some rinky-dink manager like a Bobby the Brain Heenan or the Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart, with all due respect to all of them. He is not just a manager. He's an advocate. And when he spots a talent, he takes them straight to the top. And that's what they've become. And while people choose to look at Paul Heyman as a man that chooses to leech off of other people, he chooses to leech off the talent, to give them the platform, to give them the opportunity to say, you know what? This guy is a huge star. Let's make him into something huge. And that's exactly what he did. And during that entire time, if you have never seen the DVD, all you got to do is head over to the nearest Best Buy store or Walmart or whatever place comes in. Get it, watch it, listen to it. Because Paul Heyman is the greatest advocate in the history of professional wrestling. He is the one behind the one in 21 and 1. That's how it goes from here on out. And that's the way my rant goes. And in the weeks to come, every single week, I'm going to put out a rant to make sure everybody understands what I'm talking about. This is not me coming up with a script. This is me not writing anything down and putting things in my fucking head. This is me telling it like it is. And whether anybody likes it or not, this is the way the main event rant goes. The entire world is waiting to see Hulk Hogan come in this Monday night and have his birthday. Hulkamania will be running wild. Who knows? We could see Hot Rod. We could see Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, Mean Gene Okerlund, The Rock. The formation of the NWO. All that could happen on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. And the main event, and every single person that's listening to this main event rant is going to enjoy everything that happens on Monday Night Raw. SummerSlam this Sunday. You can get it for only $9.99 on the WWE Network. And that is going to do it. And in the next few weeks, I'm going to rant and talk shit and mention anything I want on this platform because that's what I do. That's what I want. And when people listen to the main event, it is interesting. It's not just something that people decide to choose on and script and think they know the ratings of the system. It's all about the platform. It's all about entertainment, and it's all about telling it like it is. So you guys that are listening to the main event rant, you can see the episode of the main event talks. You can see the episodes of the main event thoughts. But the main event rant, right here, right now, is the biggest platform you'll see and hear. And in the weeks to come, every Sunday, I'm going to ramble and rant about anything that I fucking want to do. Why? Because I can. And I want to. Any questions? Enough said. And just remember, YouTube, this is only the beginning.